Are you? You are so beautiful. How are you today?
Oh, thank you. I received that. I feel great. It was a good morning. It got started really well. I had a moment to just do some breathing exercises. So that's always good when I have like 5 minutes to just do some deep breathing, inhaling, exhaling. Listen, I just started doing it and it has changed like the trajectory of my day every day.
Yay.
So yeah,
Oh
it's
my
really
God.
great.
That. So yeah, you have an amazing career and now you are helping with a STEM program, reaching out to HBCUs with Taste of Tomorrow.
Yes.
So
Yes.
with that.
Well, I'm an ambassador, right? I feel like, I'm a vessel. So for me, I'm blessed. God blessed me with a platform. God blessed me with the opportunity to speak to people, particularly students, particularly people who are going to HBCUs, minorities, and I'm just a vessel. I just want to share the good news. There's an opportunity here for students who are considering careers in STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, to receive scholarships to help them on their journey. And so I love that I've teamed up with Pepsi because it's always been my platform. It's always been something I stood for. I'm always like, let me tell you something great. Let me tell you, I am the plug. I've always been the plug. So it's nice to do something really incredible with a really incredible company that is helping Black students to elevate. That's it's been amazing. I've enjoyed it very much. Yes.
So you work in entertainment. Have you ever had like a goal at one point to be in STEM or do you just love it?
Okay, so I when I was attending college, and some years ago, just a few years ago when I was in college. When I was in college, for me, I didn't see the opportunity. I didn't see the opportunity. I probably would have because honestly, I use my logical side of my brain, but it requires both. I did learn that because I've been doing my research on STEM as well. But I didn't see the opportunity, and so now for me, I followed my parents' footsteps and the footsteps of my sister, if I'm being perfectly honest. My parents were like, you have to get in business. So I went to business school. My sister was in journalism. So I went to journalism school. So I didn't necessarily make a choice for myself. And for that reason, I'm even more passionate to tell students you don't have to be like me. You need to follow your own journey. You need to do what you are passionate, what you're good at. And so for me, I am passionate about encouraging students to follow their own path. I'm passionate about telling students because a large part of this path is, the reality is the money. You know, money is a huge issue. I mean, we just had this election, and it was a lot, money was on the table, inflation, grocery rates, and that doesn't stop at college students. College students are facing the same money woes, if not more, than anyone else because their job is to pursue, right? And they still have to eat. They still have to keep lights on. They still have to, they have to do the things, join clubs and attend things and network and get a suit. I remember when I was in college going to the recruiter fair, and I remember going to Macy's to get a suit. And the suit was $150. And I was like, where am I going to get $150 to look good to get the job? And so my job in this whole thing is to tell students there's opportunity for you. This is where it is. Follow the link, do the scholarship, apply for the scholarship because it could change your life. The amount of money, $350,000 is what Pepsi is dedicating to HBCUs around the nation. That's a lot of money. And if students knew that it was available, I don't know about you, but I when you're in school, you're focused on everything. Like what we talk about, it's a lot of responsibilities. You're trying to get in the club so that you can get the job. You're trying to, there are different people think it's just in class studying. Oh no, no, no. No. You have to talk to your professors. You have to sometimes have a job. I had 3 jobs in college. You have to join clubs because they want to see that on your resume as well. And so for me, I just think it's important to get the word out, let the kids know. I call them kids, they're young adults. Let them know that this is available and you don't have to choose a career in sales so that you can get money, or a career in business so that you can get money. There's so many careers on this side in STEM, and you can have access to that, and there are companies, particularly Pepsi, that'll help you get there. And I just think it's really incredible.
Yeah, no, listen. So I went to HBCU as well, and I think being
Which
at
one?
Howard,
Oh, come on.
my brother. It's funny because my brother went to FAMU, so like
Oh, nice. Okay.
yeah, me and my siblings were all like some HBCU in the family.
Right, right. I got it. Yeah. Yeah.
And so, one thing about school, it's great. I think being an HBCU alum is a beautiful, title. But when it comes to money, like that, it really plays a huge part. And I remember having to hustle to make sure I graduated.
Yes.
So it's so important. So as an alum, how does it feel to go back and give back and inform with this platform?
It feels incredible. It feels like I'm living in my purpose.
Mm.
I think on this pursuit of life and everything we do is not about us. It's about what you're creating for the next generation, what you're creating for your family, what you're creating for whatever happens when you're gone. And so for me, it really feels incredible. And the amount of messages, I started checking my DMs because a lot of them are students. And a
Yeah.
lot of messages I'm getting are, I didn't even know about this. Thank you so much. And they're not from FAMU. They're from all the colleges, So for me, it feels incredible. And I'm really honored that I do feel chosen by Pepsi. I'm really honored that they chose me to spread the word because I'm dedicated to it. I'm committed to it. And I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop.
It's funny that you said that they were like, I didn't even know. Because I think honestly, 99% of the time, like really 99 is lack of awareness. And so
Absolutely.
how important is it for not only just for you to say something, but for somebody to see this and then share it with a friend with no matter where they're at. Because that's something I tell people, like, even if it doesn't apply to you, like tell someone else because this is important.
100%. I think it's so important. I think that we all have to spread the word because I have a niece that's going to college right now and she is directly affected. And not only is she affected, her friends are affected. So if I tell her, she's going to tell all her friends. And I need everyone to share the word. I think that's what we want to, that's what Pepsi and I would love everyone to know, because you don't know how you're indirectly affecting someone. I think it's degrees of separation, but with social media it's kind of like 1 degree of separation now. It's
Zero.
like 1 degree of separation. Like I
Yeah.
can post something and a friend's friend is going to find it, and
And
and I
maybe
think
share it
that
back with you, like, hey, not knowing.
I've
Yeah.
had people come up to me 5 years, like from 5 years, they're like, guess what? You sent me a message when you first booked your show and you encouraged me, and then they're on the show with me. And
Oh,
we're
wow.
like, hey, because you just never know how your message can affect somebody. So I think, to your point, I think it's important for us all to share. I think if anybody's watching this interview, share it. Anybody who hears about the scholarship Taste of Tomorrow, share it. Anyone who goes to the link on my page, share it, because you don't know how you're affected. I'm no longer in college, but
Mhm.
my friends' children are going to college. And that's important. And they're doing it for me. I'm like, I got some Buffalo Soldiers. I'm like, tell
Now this is related, but not 100%. What
everyone.
advice would you give? What advice would you give to HBCUs students in regards to following their dreams? I know you mentioned it a little bit, but like any direct advice you would give.
I think it's so important to use this time to figure out who you are and what you're passionate about. HBCUs are not for the weak. We all know that. It is not for the weak. Okay. My experience at an HBCU was that I feel like I went from good to excellent.
Mhm.
And if you're using that time to really hone your skills, understanding your thing, everything is not going to be perfect, and just really stay in your own race and discover all your gifts, all your amazing talents, acknowledge all of your blessings, and move forward with that information. I think at least when I was in college, I got distracted. As I mentioned before, I wasn't on my own path. I was looking at, okay, what do my parents want me to do? What did my sister do? What's going to make me the most money? How can I wasn't, and I ended up going right back to where I wanted to be anyway, but I just took a longer journey. And I feel like if kids really focus, I know it's hard to put blinders on, but I feel like if they really focus, the journey will be more efficient. I don't want to say faster because listen, the children are impatient, okay? but I want to but I want to say it's going to be more efficient. It's going to be more of this trajectory and not this vicious roller coaster, which I myself faced. And so I always try to share with the students that I mentor is that if you really get clear on what you want, I also believe in God. I'm gonna put that in there. You tell God exactly what you want, and you start moving in that direction. And the more focused you stay, the faster you'll get there, or the more efficient you'll get there.
It's so funny, because that message, like, same. When I went to school, I did what my parents thought I should do,
Mhm.
and because I was a dancer my whole life, so I went to the
Mhm.
dance program, and
Yeah.
it took me a very long time to realize like college is where you actually find yourself and you're focused on your journey. And I think a lot of the time it's because it's a lot of people's first time away from home fully,
Yes.
that
Mhm.
you're not fully embracing like who you are on this journey, because now you're officially entering the world as yourself.
Yes.
And so it's so interesting that you said all that, because I think it resonates with a lot of people that they don't realize like college is where you need to focus on what do you truly want to do, because you have 4 years
Mhm.
to figure it out. Don't worry about what other people are expecting of you and how you think you should. What do you want to do? So that's all.
That's a word right there.
You really do go back to exactly. I wanted to go to school for film, and I went exactly. I went a lot of
And you,
different.
and you went all the way back around to where you wanted to go, didn't you?
Exactly. And so it's just
Yeah.
like, I think that is such great advice, because
Mhm.
especially being somebody that already went that
I'm
road.
so sorry. Billy, have you lost your mind? I'm sorry. That's my child dog. Have you lost your mind? Girl, I gotta get this dog together. Absolutely not. Go sit down. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm so sorry about that.
That's
Mm-mm.
bro. That's
That's my child, y'all. So sorry. This is real life, okay? This is not, I'm not in a simulation.
that's real. Okay, so lastly, what does bringing flavor to a career path mean, whether it's acting, STEM, or beyond?
Oh, that's my favorite topic, okay? And I'm going to tell you why. Because I've always been this person, and I always talk myself out of being myself. For even when I was in business school for the recruitment, I'd be like, hey, I can change your shit. Like, no, sis, you cannot change your voice. You cannot change who you are. They're hiring for you for you. And the more you mute yourself, the less you can do your art. And everything is art. I try to tell people this. I'm like, STEM is art. Science is art as well. You have to work around problems. You have to figure out solutions. It's not always a, B, C, it's not always A plus B equals C, as we know. Anyone who's taken any kind of mathematics class, it's sometimes all around, and that is art. Engineering is art. All of it is art. So when God is giving you a purpose to do your art, you gotta make it yours. You have to, I don't even know the word for it, but authentic. It has to be authentic to you. And so you got to put your own flavor on it. It has to be your je ne sais quoi. I mean, we talking about that kind of flavor, right? We talking about, okay, yeah, yeah. It has to be your own je ne sais quoi. It has to be your own. Like, nobody can be you. So even if you are, you're doing IT, you're going to figure out a problem differently than someone else. You're going to find a solution differently than someone else. You're going to bring something to the marketplace differently than someone else. What if someone said, "Oh, we already got Facebook. We don't need another one."
Mm-hmm.
What if someone had said that? No, someone said, "You know what? I like Facebook. I'm gonna create something different. I'm gonna create Instagram. I like Instagram. I'm gonna create TikTok." So I just think everybody's got to bring their flavor, because if not, you just get lost in the sauce and you end up disappearing. That's really the truth.
Yeah.
And so, for me, again, that's another message that I try to tell my mentees. I'm like, listen, it took me years to find, to really embrace my flavor. I always had it. I've been this person since I was the tender age of 5. I'm not even gonna hold you. I got videos where I'm just as like, no, just as flamboyant and glamorous, where I was like, I'm not wearing that. And my mom was like, "You are wearing that." I'm like, "No, ma'am, that's not cute." At 5, like, that's always been my personality. And so, let's just not let the world take our minds and make us followers. That is really important now.
Yeah.
If you're picking up what I'm putting down, let's not allow the world to make us followers. Let's all stand out, because we all can. We all have an individual fingerprint. So let's own that and bring your flavor and get a career in STEM. Okay, I'm pushing that. and apply for the scholarship on my link. My links are in my bio at KJ Smith, on everything at KJ Smith Official, and apply for this scholarship and bring your own flavor to these careers. Bring your own flavor to your university. Don't shrink. Stand up for yourself. Call the financial aid office 8 times if you have to, and do what you have to do. Bring somebody flowers. This is another thing that I tell everything don't have to be normal. Do you know how many people I had to, "Hey, I bought you something. I bought you some flowers.
Mm-hmm.
I need to change my class from 8 to 12 because I'm not waking up that early." So I really need our students to like really figure out what their thing is, so that we can all really evolve together. We all the children are the future. So let's really be that. And girl, I could talk to you forever. Let me just stop. Let me stop. I'll get on my soapbox.
First off, listen, I'm over here taking it in because I'm like I it's great, and it's also interesting when you speak to someone and their journey in like that self-discovery. And the thing is, like, it's when you discover who you are, you realize who you've always been. It's just that you put yourself, because society or people, family and friends included, because sometimes when you're so big, they don't know how to handle it because they're either fearful and all of that, so they're projecting. Now you're shrinking, and so it's so interesting when you talk to someone and it's like, wow, I had to go through the same exact journey. So now, like, speaking to younger people, because I'm, age, is to say that, like, really, really listen to this, because if you do and you decide to march to the beat of your own drum, you're going to meet that person earlier. What took people
Yes.
longer times.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And the world doesn't make it easier, because at least for me, I can only speak to my journey.
I feel like no matter if you're good or bad, the world somebody's not gonna like you.
Yes, exactly. And you have to continue to
Multiple
pursue.
people. So be
Absolutely. And
yourself at the end of the day.
sometimes it's really the hardest when those people are your closest friends and family.
Ooh, girl, we could go on forever.
That's the hardest, honey.
Yeah.
Can we talk about it? Can we talk about it? How many of my family was like, "Don't move 3,000 miles away." And
Listen,
I'm like, I have to do this for me. This is not about you. And
it
it don't affect you. You ain't paying none of these bills over here. Okay.
it only makes sense to them at the end. Never during
It
the
makes sense to them when you win. It
yeah.
makes sense to them when you start getting the wins, and they're like, "Congratulations!" And I'm like, "Thank you. Why did I have to get here? But it's okay. It's okay. Now you get into the momentum of not needing anyone's validation to move in the direction of your dreams. You know what I mean? You start getting into the momentum, and you're like, they'll figure it out later. Because when you do it the first time, that's the hardest time. When you do it the first time, that's the hardest time, because it just feels like everyone is resistant to your dream. And
Yeah.
then when you started getting into the energy of like, oh, I don't need anyone's approval because they don't understand anyway. God gave me this vision. That's why they can't see it. That's why they can't see it. And then you continue to just roll your little boat and you keep going in direction. And then you end up on this amazing, beautiful island and you are living the life of your dreams. And everyone's like, I know you can make it over there. I knew it. I knew you could. I'm like, really? Did you?
Okay, because had I listened to you, I'd still be over there.
Yeah, because yeah, I distinctly remember you telling me to stay over there. But you know, that's just the way it is, and we wanna shift that. We want to change that, and I think we are. You know, social media has its gifts and its curses, but the gift is that there is an algorithm. So once your mind shifts to being open and being ambitious and being fearless and being yourself and being authentic, then that's all you're going to see in your algorithm. I mean, of course, you got to do some work and block some people and
Yeah.
delete some accounts, and it's a little work to be
But this
done.
is
But
very true because
yeah,
once you start putting out what you want, you start attracting it. But that also means now you're also actively seeking it. So you're actively changing your algorithm because you're looking for, the tribe, the people, the places, the opportunities that will either take you out your comfort zone, challenge you, just do all those things. And a lot of times, and I think people don't realize is it's a very lonely journey, but it's supposed to be, because it is your journey.
it's yours.
Yeah.
It's yours. It is yours. And that's the best part about it, honestly, because
Yeah.
it's not gonna look like anybody else's. So you can't even defer to anyone else if you try. You can have a mentor. You can have someone give you some. This is what I always tell my kids. I say, hey, listen, I ain't gonna tell you what to do. You're the boss of your life. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. I will say you do have to make a choice.
Yes.
So when you do make that choice, focus on how you feel when you make that choice. If you make that choice and you feel bad, that wasn't the choice. If you make that choice and you feel good, then that was the choice, because even doing hard things can feel good. When I go to work and I'm on set for 12, 16-hour days, that feels good. I love it. It's hard work, but it feels good to me. An artist who gets commissioned to do a painting that's going to take him 10 days, I'm sure it's hard work, but he loves it.
Yeah.
An architect who gets commissioned to design a new building, that's going to be hard work, but I'm sure he loves it, or she loves it, or they love it. We ain't gonna leave nobody out, okay? So yeah, it's if we focus on the feelings,
Yeah.
then it's a better indicator of us moving in the correct direction. I mean, that's the smallest thing, you know what I mean? It's a lot more to it, but that's the quickest way to understand, because your intuition, God has given us so many amazing gifts that we don't even use. We're supposed to know when it's about to rain. We're supposed to know when there's a predator around. We're supposed to feel that. We're supposed to know that intuitively. And if we tap back in, get grounded, touch some grass or some dirt, or go outside, hug a tree, then we would know that. But girl, we can talk again. You got to interview me again. We got to get into the good stuff.
I was like, we could keep talking. We could keep talking. But in regards in regards to STEM, that is all the questions I had. Was there anything you did want to add?
My message is very clear. There are opportunities. Pepsi has created a opportunity for students who are considering careers in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And I want those students who were scared to pursue it, those students who were, I want to pursue it, but I got these things I got to focus on. I got bills to pay. I want those students to open their minds. I want them to at least look at the opportunity. I want them to consider it. I want them to look at the careers. I was looking at the careers in STEM. It will blow your mind. The one that I bring up a lot is my favorite is animal science, because Anybody will tell you, I love animals. I love animals. I feed squirrels. I love animals. I plan on having a horse. Like, that is going to be my life. Like, seriously, I'm still creating the life of my dreams. And I love animals. I was like, animal science. My mom always said I would have been like an animal rescuer because I love animals so much. And I was like, what is animal science? I didn't even know. It was just something that I didn't even know was a possibility. And all the careers in STEM, there is something for someone who's considering it. There's something for you. And I just really want the students to go to the link, go to the links, check it out, look at it. And you know, I saw the parameters of the scholarship. In my opinion, the students at the HBCUs that I know, they'll get it done in no time. They can apply in no time. Don't make it a bigger deal than it has to be. Go to the link, check it out, apply. Let's not overthink this thing. We got until December. So let's do this. That's what I want. I want the students to know, go to the link, check it out, apply. It's really that simple.
And they're going home for the holidays, so they got time.
Go for the holiday, relax. Yes, don't put a lot on your calendar because the money that they are providing to HBCU students, I don't remember getting that in a whole year.
Yeah.
You know, it's not, you know, I because you know, the scholarship is 350 total, right? But the amount that they're giving to individual students is still a lot of money. It's still a lot of money.
Listen, money at the end of the day, anything that can help you with your educational journey, because
Yeah.
loans do not pay themselves and they are not forgiven. So
How much, and I don't know who worked or didn't in school, but how much peace of mind would you have had if you would have had an extra $12,000 from a scholarship?
a lot. I'm thinking
I
about
would have it now. Who are we
listen.
talking about?
Agreed.
I
Agreed.
would have it
Absolutely.
now.
No, that's real. But thank you so much. I appreciate this. And I think this is really good. I think what you're doing is amazing. It
Thank you.
really is. I was actually just on campus. Howard had the HBCU First Look Film Festival was at Howard.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. That's right.
You have to be a part of it. Being
I
an
gotta.
HBCU
Okay,
alum,
yeah.
it's
I do. I saw, and I was like, what? I was like, okay, I gotta get involved next year for sure.
it's still growing. It's still growing,
Okay,
but
yeah.
it's an amazing opportunity. And when I was on campus, I was like, the opportunities that are there, if you just take advantage of them, oh my gosh. Like, we didn't have that opportunity when I was in school. But if I was a student, I would take that. This opportunity, if I was a student, I would take that. So it's one of those things where it's like I'm very passionate because I do think HBCUs do a lot. They
Mm-hmm.
do a lot by partnering with companies that are willing to help their students. So take advantage.
And I try to tell people Pepsi has always been down. Even when I was in school, Pepsi was on campuses recruiting. Pepsi has always been down. Like, it's not something that's new.
Yeah.
And you're right. It's the awareness. It's like now Pepsi has the platform. It's a huge company. It's amazing. They have the platform to help, and they're doing it. They're putting their money where their mouth is. That's what I always say. I love saying that because it's true. They're putting their money where their mouth is. And it's now time for us to really understand that we're entitled to really reach for the stars in that way. You know, I love that all of our HBCU students are ambitious and have drive. And you also need to know that there is money out there for you, that and money helps in this world. Money helps, especially if you're using it right. Now, I'm not saying get the money and then go, do something crazy. You got to use it right. You got to use it right. Hold on to it. Use it for the things you need so that you can have peace of mind, so that you can study, you can focus, you can pass those tests, you can join those clubs that you wanted to join, you can join the debate team, you can join the math club, you can join all these extra things that you have to do without losing sleep or having to pick up an extra shift on the weekend when you need to be resting because you have a test on Monday.
Yeah.
I remember college so vividly. I just remember just being stressed all the time. It was like fight or flight. It was like, I gotta go this, I gotta go this, then I gotta go work, then I gotta study for a test. I've been up for 48 hours. And then let's not even talk about the mental health and wellness that it would help with as well. But listen, I can get into it. And a lot of the mentees that I work with, they're in college now. And I hear it all the time. So it's not something that's so far removed from me. It's very fresh in my mind, these experiences. So I just want everyone to know. I want to spread the word. I want everyone to know. I want the grandmas to tell their grandkids, and the moms to tell their children and their nieces and their nephews and the cousins. I want everyone to know. I want everyone to know about this. It's an incredible opportunity. And I think, just like me, it'll open your mind to all the different careers you can choose.
Well, no, that was everything. I do
Of course,
appreciate it.
anytime.
Yes, yes, yes.
Anytime.